This is the Big O Show. 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 This is the Big O Show.
Just one place sold the most Acura models in the last 16 years. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive the new 2024 MDX, $469 a month during our 16th anniversary sale.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
Welcome to Caneswear.
New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, InterMiamiCF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Take a journey to our Caribbean paradise at Toyota of Hollywood. Get in the groove with great deals on over 2,000 Toyotas, like a Corolla, not $24,000, just $17,975. You'll be cruising and chilling with super low 2.99% financing. Feel the rhythms of the Caribbean today at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Your mic go. Your mic go.
Good morning, one and all. Welcome back. Yes, sir. Friday, July 5th. I hope you had a safe July 4th. I do, before we get anything going, and, while you're enjoying your weekend, wherever you're at, you got to remember, take a moment. I know you can't do much unless you can make a donation or you can, a prayer or something. But remember, we got folks in Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, dealing with a lot of rough stuff now after all these floods, and then our friends in the Caribbean from Barbados to St. Vincent, the Grenadines, and Grenada, and then obviously our Jamaican friends, our Cayman Islands, and now Mexico. So a lot of people dealing with Burrow. So while some of us are enjoying ourselves, there are some people going through some rough things. So, if you can, whatever you can do, help out, some kind of Red Cross or donation or something like that, that would be great. Or if not, at least, let's pray for the best, because we all know this is all that could happen to any of us. Okay. These kind of weather type of situations. So let's make sure that, we're enjoying ourselves, I had a great night last night with the family, nice and calm at home and all that. But, the big picture, there's some folks out there going through some rough ones, and they need our help and they need our prayers. So let's hope they can get through all of that. All right. What else do we have going on that we want to talk about? We will have two guests today. This will be a really short show today. Okay. I'm not sitting here for 2-3 hours. There's really not a lot to talk about, to be quite honest. We got a couple things to talk about, obviously, and we'll get it done here. But not a big agenda today on the show. Although I will say, Sean, can we fire up a little Sportstradamus? Because on Wednesday we told you, Frankie Fresco excluded, of course, because he was Mr. Negative. Well, Charlotte this and Charlotte that and all that. We had some of those folks out there that were kind of and I said, hey man, InterMiami, they were plus 210, was it? Plus 215 on the money line. I'm like, they're winning on the road. They're winning without Messi and Suarez and Rojas. And Charlotte's good, but Inter's better. And they've been playing even better than these teams without Messi, Suarez, and Rojas. And I told you, take the money line. What happened Wednesday night? Beautiful pass by Gressel. Gressel had some nice passes. And Kremoski puts it in the back of the net. It's a 2-1 win. The Sportstradamus strikes again.
The Sportstradamus has spoken.
Made you a little money there on Wednesday. So, anyway, let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar. Why don't we? It's a happy 3A Graphics sports calendar, as InterMiami on Wednesday defeated Charlotte 2-1. Taylor with the goal in the 30th minute. Kremoski with the game winner in the 86th minute. They are now 4-0-1 without Messi, Suarez, and Rojas. They are 3-0 on the road. 2-1 win against Charlotte, 2-1 win against Nashville, 2-1 win against Philadelphia. It's pretty freaking good, dude. 3-0 on the road. That's impressive, dude. 3-0 on the road. Saturday, this is awesome. InterMiami leads the MLS in points, leads the Eastern Conference in points, obviously. Who's number 2? Cincinnati. Who do they visit on Saturday? Cincinnati. Who's number 2? Without Messi. So if you could go out there and beat Cincinnati without Messi, Suarez, and Rojas, the team that's been keeping pace with you there, that would be the most impressive win of the season with Messi or without Messi. This is the most impressive stretch of the season without Messi, Suarez, and Rojas, of course. I personally, this is the most fun I've had. 7:30. Call 3A Graphics, 786-618-1443. That's 786-618-1443. Custom printing and embroidery. Call my guy, Alan Blanco, if your company needs any new uniforms or shirts or hats or anything that you're looking for your company, please call the great people at 3A Graphics in Hialeah, 786-618-1443. That's your 3A Graphics sports calendar. All right. Short one, really short 3A Graphics. There's really not a ton going on. Let's see what we got here. We got Bitcoin dipping, by the way, which went all the way to 53 something, like 53.8, something like that. I was able to take advantage. I hope you guys took advantage, some of your altcoins. So I am definitely not worried about it whatsoever. I look at it as an opportunity. Remember, you got Mt. Gox. You got the people from Mt. Gox selling. And for those of you that don't know what happened with Mt. Gox, that was an exchange, a Bitcoin exchange a long time ago that had some issues, and they went into court, and their, the investors that were a part of that exchange, they all now are getting back their Bitcoin. And it's been 10 years. And on average, they bought their Bitcoin at $800 to $1,000. So those people are in some serious profits. Some of them are selling. God bless you, dude. At one point, everybody sells, and you gotta, if it's your turn, then God bless you. It's your turn. Go for it. And then you've got, of course, the stupid governments of the United States of America and the German government who have Bitcoin. Germany's got all kinds of problems. I mean, they've got nuclear power plants that can't run. I mean, they're broke. Actually, they're like, their economy. I mean, you guys think that it's bad here? Inflation is really bad in many, many more countries than here. Germany's one of them, by the way. And so Germany's having a lot of problems. Dude. Big time problems. It's It's funny because I think most Americans don't follow what's going on around the rest of the world. And, it's so bad here. Yeah, it's not good, but it's worse most everywhere else. Just go up to Canada. It's worse. Just is. Go to Germany. It's worse. Go to England. It's worse, actually. You know what I mean? It's the problem is we're not very educated here. We're actually better off than most countries, no matter how bad it is. The problem is that people don't understand that it's bad everywhere. It's a problem everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So you got the governments from Germany and United States also selling some of their Bitcoin, which is putting pressure, and that's why you're getting a dip, which again becomes an opportunity. Volatility is viewed two different ways. Those who don't understand Bitcoin look at it as a bad thing, and those who understand Bitcoin view volatility as an opportunity. And, that's exactly it. And that's what you got yourself, a beautiful opportunity that it came all the way down here because most of us did not expect the Mt. Gox stuff to happen. None of us knew that United States and Germany were going to start selling their Bitcoin that they have confiscated, which doesn't make any sense. You didn't pay for it. You confiscated it. Now put it in your reserves. Stupid. Just stupid. These are two stupid governments. And the people running their governments are stupid. Because and that's because you keep fighting your own dollar. Whether it's German marks or whether it's the dollar, you keep wanting to save what cannot be saved. So it's an opportunity of a lifetime for you all out there. That's all I can tell you. Not a financial advisor, but it's up to you guys and ladies out there, of course. What else? Yesterday, I saw Axel F. I mean, if you want to do it just to complete the foursome, okay, then go ahead because you've watched the other three. You know what I'm saying? 1 and 2 were fantastic. 3 was 4, no laughs. In fact, I'm not going to give you any spoilers because it just came out on Netflix a couple days ago. I won't give you any spoilers, but I'll just tell you that the funniest thing that happened in the movie was a line from somebody that has nothing to do with the regular cast. It's just some random person that they had in there and threw a one-liner, and that was the best, funniest thing. And it wasn't like an all-out laugh or anything. It was like, okay, that's it. You moved on. It was not funny. Like, it was like a movie. It was like kind of almost serious. It's that Eddie Murphy has not been funny for decades, bro. For 30 years, he hasn't been funny. And he's not funny anymore. He's just not funny. There's nothing funny about that movie. So anybody that watched Axel F, you can tell me your opinion on it, but there wasn't a one funny thing in that movie, dude. That's all I can say. Eddie Murphy he's not Eddie Murphy anymore. He's not the Eddie Murphy that I grew up with. You know, that's not the Eddie Murphy that exists anymore, unfortunately. He had his run, and it's over. You know, it's funny it's weird because some comedians were funny all the way through. And his comedy died out a long time ago, dude. He lost the magic of making people laugh a long time ago. And it's a magic, but he lost it. Wow. He had it. He had it like very few people ever, but it's gone. Absolutely gone. So you can watch it for old time's sake, and a lot of the characters are in it and all that. Taggart, by the way, looks really old. Really old. Murphy looks good, by the way. He looks good for his age, man. Looks great for his age. Steven Gonzalez is number one, I see. Inter's playing really good. Of course they can keep it up. Jamie Zoria out in Torreon, Mexico. Hoping everybody had a great 4th of July. And please smash the hell out of the like button. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Steve Chapman, Eddie Beto. Thank you, thank you. Jeff in Long Island, Kyle Cockrell. Beautiful red day in the market. I'm like a kid in a candy store with all these amazing discounts. People, please hang on to your crypto. This is an amazing opportunity to DCA into your favorite coins. Amen. Amen. Luis Medina, hear me out, Big O. Woke up at 8 a.m. First thing I did, tried to realize where I was at. Looked at my hands, not missing. A great holiday. I'm on my second pot of coffee and a fatty and 2 ibuprofen 800s. There you go. Yes, sir. Were you going to say something? Did I miss something there? No? Oh, okay. I thought I saw the window go up there. Here's the second window. Let's see. Ray Sosa, hoping everybody had a great 4th of July. Keep stacking these wins. InterMiami, damn right. Damn the film gen a bit early, but morning, Big O. Hope you had a nice Independence Day. I did, sir. Nice and calm with the family at home. Didn't go anywhere. Gus 1388 is in. Jay Gelfin is in. Shabbat Shalom. Orlando, Sean, and chat crew. Remember to smash the like button and ring the subscribe bell to help support the Big O radio show. Let it play. That's it. Let it play. Let it play. Watch time. Let it play. Let it play. Walk away and let it play. If you got to walk away, let it play. A-Rod, Stephen Harris, Eddie Lepp, Cosa Nostra. Shout out to Luis Medina still having all the digits. Big O, hope you had an outstanding 4th. Get this Friday rolling. Thank you, thank you. Sean, you're awesome. That's what Yater says, Sean. Will Aaron Judge reach at least 60 home runs this season? Will I even give a shit? It's the question. So, yeah. Lewis says he's down 64 pounds. Dude, that is awesome. Good for you, bro. Good for you. Yeah, no rice, no bread, no processed foods. Yep. There you go. Big O, what are you more of, a hot dog or no? I'm a burger guy. I don't really eat a ton of hot dogs. That's why even the Dairy Queen incident is even more rare because I rarely eat hot dogs. Okay, because I'm not like a big hot dog guy. I'm definitely a huge hamburger guy, but not a hot dog guy. That's why I only wanted something like to snack on. I wasn't really that hungry. So that's why when I stopped at that, you know what? Let me try it. What the hell? And that was the worst decision I've ever made in my life. Jesus Christ. Civil rights is in Tampico, Mexico. Damn. Oscar Rojas is in Melbourne. Got NorCal Waking and Bacon. Asher, Dude 67. Adam Sadowski. Inter keeps winning. Inter is amazing, bro. It's a great story. That has been an absolute. I mean, they had 2 shots in that game. And one of the saves by Callender out of those shots was awesome. Obviously, was game saving. And they hit the post. Let's see. Big O, tradition for July 4th started in 2020. Watch Jaws every year since then, when the mayor decided to open up the beach. LOL. All Independence Day. Never saw the sequel, though. You never saw the sequel? Oh, you gotta see the sequel. 2 is good. 3 is no good. You know, 3's got a hottie in it, but outside of that, it's not really a good movie. Let's see. Big O, I promised you last year I'll be seeing you at Hialeah Park. What a gift from Perdomo's. I don't know if you remember me asking for your favorite cigar. I'm trying to remember, Lewis. I have to see your face, then maybe I'll remember then. Eddie Beto says, thank you for starting the show by remembering our fellow human beings. The American Red Cross is a wonderful organization to donate money. I've personally seen them in action, of course, man. I mean, you know, that's should be on all our minds. We have a lot of Americans going through some brutal shit right now, dude. Their lives have been absolutely devastated by these floods all over the country. And then we've got our friends all across the Caribbean going through hell with a Cat 4, 5, or 3 in Burrow. You know, it's just some scary shit, man. And if you see what's going on in all these islands, it's not easy, man. Not easy. Even Barbados, that didn't get a direct hit at all, but they suffered damage. A lot of their boats got damaged because obviously the surf, and their boats got slammed up against the rocks and piers and all that kind of stuff. And so, you know, like they didn't suffer the kind of damage that Carriacou Island did. Oh my God, that's some scary stuff. What happened in Carriacou Island, man? That's wow, like 98% of everything was devastated in Carriacou Island. The Grenadines, those islands are so small, so many of them that it just you can't deal with a Cat 4, Cat 5 in those kind of islands. You know what I'm saying? At least the bigger ones in Grenada or Barbados or something like, you know, you can defend yourself a little bit, you know, but in those smaller islands, that was the scary part. That was the scary part. All right, let's do it. David Furones is ready to go with our Welt and Rheaume Miami Dolphins and NFL report.
All rise, football fans, as the Welt and Rheaume Miami Dolphins report with David Furones is in session.
Welt and Rheaume has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They are committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. Here's Miami Dolphins insider David Furones.
All right. What's up, David? How you doing, my man? You doing good?
Doing well. Celebrated this country. Celebrated July 4th out here in Connecticut, actually. I'm at an Airbnb on vacation after spending a few days in the city, as you saw from my previous appearance. So just getting a nice week off in in some places where it usually be colder, but in the summer it's very nice out here in New York, Connecticut. All this. Up
Yeah,
north.
no. A good thing is you're getting some decent weather. Overall. So that's definitely a good thing. Did you take advantage of this Bitcoin dip?
Oh, well,
Sweet ass dip.
I know you're all over it. I have noticed some, like notifications on Robinhood and what have you. So I've seen, yeah, there's been a dip and other cryptos too.
Oh yeah, no, Ethereum is just at 3,000 or just under. It's so there's a bunch of really, really absolute steals right now. So it is a beautiful thing. I got to thank even though the German and the American governments are stupid for selling their Bitcoin, but I got to thank them for doing that because obviously that lowers the price and it gives an opportunity for everybody else. So the question is Tua going to lower his price? Is Miami Dolphins going to up their offer? What's happening there?
I think probably when these things happen, you need both to happen. So you may need Tua to give up a little bit on what his expectations are, especially if they did raise a little bit more since Trevor Lawrence got his $55 million per year, which honestly, which is also an inflated number because it's not all that when it comes to the guarantees. But as we know, but Tua will probably have to just settle on. Maybe he's not going to get that from the Dolphins, and the Dolphins, if they're not reaching that, what really is the market value right now, with Lawrence getting 55 per year, with Jared Goff getting 53 per year, then they probably have some work to do to get to where Tua is. So that's just negotiations. That's just compromise. Both sides are probably going to have to get to somewhere in the middle.
So let me ask you something. What'd you think of that report from Andy Slater? Apparently now that they may want a court case for Tyreek and the IG model.
Yeah, so that issue is still lingering. Of course, that's not going away. So something that'll still stick around with Tyreek Hill, and now we're getting into now a week or the weeks leading up to training camp. So now whatever that date would come about, I saw something about how that could lead into the season as well. So now that could create another distraction going into next season for something that's now happened so long ago. So even if Tyreek Hill starts saying, I'm going to be a changed man, I'm not going to be getting in trouble with this and that, these issues from the past, they end up lingering. So he could hit 1,000 going forward and not get into any trouble. But still, what you've done in the past is still going to affect him and his team going forward into this season.
Where's the video?
Yeah, that
the video.
There's got to be video of it somewhere, right? The phones were probably out in this environment. That you filming her kid with him doing these football drills, whatever it was.
And she could be doing it because she was playing with the kids. So neither one of them were doing it. So if really she's at fault, everyone else was filming. Everyone else is on Tyreek's side. It's interesting how no videos have come up.
Yeah, no, that is. And from her perspective, too, she probably had some video of it from just because if she's an Instagram model, probably wanted some video that, she's out here with Tyreek Hill doing these fake football drills, whatever it was. So probably wanted that as like her own remembrance. So yeah, video of this probably exists somewhere.
Come on, man. It's like I always pick on the idiots out there. Oh, Mike McDaniel was vaping on the sidelines. Well, dude, where's the exhale?
It's a good point.
I've smoked myself plenty. When you take in, you gotta exhale, bro. You gotta exhale. So, you could be like this. Okay, great. It might look like it. You're gonna wait for the exhale. Nobody has an exhale. Do you know why? Because there was no vaping going on. But let's just sell the bullshit because good to sell it because it's sensationalism. And then, people will buy it and they'll run with it because they won't think like I do. Like, okay, well, where's the exhale? I mean, if he's really vaping, you got to wait for the exhale because there's always an exhale. So,
now that was a flip too. Just to play devil's advocate here. Could it have just cut back to the action before we even saw it? So just to play devil's advocate, that's out there too. So
if you're filming the inhale,
yeah,
you think there's an inhaling going on, you're going to wait for the video for the exhale, bro. Because the exhale is the money shot.
That CBS camera stays on him, so they got it. But anyway, I think that's
they would have gotten an exhale if it would have happened, bro. It would have made headlines everywhere. But the problem is that it wasn't CBS or anything. It's been people on the side that created this whole myth of that whole thing.
It wasn't even a news story, really. So, I mean, it's not like we never even really wrote it with the Sun Sentinel. It's not like, any other.
Of course not. Why would you, dude? There's no proof whatsoever. That would be incredibly that's my point. This is incredibly irresponsible, but it's typical of the shit that goes on nowadays. It's typical.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, that was all social media reposted and so without any of the facts, then
it's unfair to Mike. And because he sounds like a Valley dude, then 1 and 1 together. Oh yeah, he must be a stoner. Because the way he talks, it's just so it's just unfair, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. All right, so what, your vacation's over this weekend? You back next week?
Yeah, so I'll get back to work Monday, fly back Sunday. But I will say that when he was asked one time with on a podcast, then the answer seemed to indicate, although he wouldn't say it directly, but it seemed to indicate that that he might have just possibly been vaping on the sideline.
I think he just fucked with them. That's all it is. I think he rolls with this and instead of becoming a dick and getting mad about it, he just kind of rolls with it and has some fun with it. But that's his approach too. But that fun answer seemed to me to indicate, maybe there was something. Not that I'm going to admit it, but maybe there was a little something. But just the possibility that anyone would even get upset about it would make me say that would never happen again. That answer seemed to indicate, okay, maybe there was, but he's being playful about it. Yeah, no doubt. All right, follow him on Twitter at David Furones _ Catch his work there at the South Florida Sun Sentinel. David, have a great vacation, my brother. Finish out that weekend strong. We'll catch up next week, my friend. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
You got it. There you go. David Furones with our Welt and Rayom Miami Dolphins report. And, of course, Welt and Rayom 954-966-4646. You're seeing the storms all over our country. You're seeing the hurricanes going through the Caribbean. Folks, you need the right lawyers just in case it happens to us here in Florida. It's a possibility. I hope it doesn't happen. But if we get some rainstorms, if we get a God forbid, a hurricane, and you've got water damage or any kind of wind damage, call Welt and Rayom. Listen, maybe there was some wind and there was a storm that came by and messed up your roof a little bit. Call Welt and Rayom. They might be able to get you a new roof. 954-966-4646. You didn't have leaks, and all of a sudden now you found a leak or two in the roof because this last storm that went by just a couple of weeks ago and caused all kinds of floods. Doesn't have to be a hurricane, folks. You could get tropical storm winds, and that could cause all kinds of damage to your home, to your business. Please call Welt and Rayom and explain your situation. The consultation is completely free. Jeff Welt is one of the best listeners on the planet. 954-966-4646. Jeff and Dan are absolute bulldogs. They take down the biggest insurance companies in the world. They take on the biggest jobs. They take on the smallest claims, biggest claims. They're ready for you. You will win in the end. 954-966-4646. Bankruptcy, homeowner property damage, condo damage, criminal defense, business owner claims, commercial litigation, personal injury. You call the left and right tackle that you're going to need to get it done. That is Welt and Rayom.
This has been another session of the Welton Rayom Miami Dolphins Report with David Furones. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. Welton Rayom can help.
Right. First of all, remember you can make a donation to the show. Helps us stay afloat. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. And, of course, you can always make my favorite, which is a Bitcoin donation, which you know we love that. And, of course, you got a super chat here on YouTube. But you know, we encourage Cash App or Venmo more because we get 100% of the donation on the super chat, which we appreciate. We only get 70%. YouTube takes 30. Yeah. Ray Martinez, thank you for the love on the Cash App. He sent in a sweet Bitcoin donation. Thank you, sir. He says, nice dip. Take advantage. I appreciate you, Ray. Very nice of you. Steve M., another Bitcoin donation. That's our favorite. Says sending Bitcoin while fishing in Bermuda. Holy shit. Nice job by you, Steve. That sounds like an experience, man. Good for you, man. That is very cool. Thank you for the Bitcoin donation. Always appreciate it. Thank you. On the super chat, Mike No-Go Zones. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Happy Friday, Big O. Will you be attending any concerts in the coming months? I may check out Jane's Addiction in August. I know I've got the Interrupters coming up twice. That'll be, let me see. That'll be, I think is that in November or September? September. I've got the Fix November 1st at the Culture Room. And by the way, though, I'm going up to Janice Live in Tampa on Wednesday the 25th to see the Interrupters. That's September. And then on Monday the 23rd, I will see them here opening up for Sum 41. But the Wednesday show at Janice is them headlining by themselves. So that's why I'm going to drive up with the wife so we can see an entire headlining set because I love the Interrupters. I don't know yet. To be quite honest, Mike, I am not going to as many concerts the last couple of years here because I've been mostly investing. I've been using that money for investing instead of going to concerts. So that's kind of been my thing. I'll go to a couple, but not a lot. If you've noticed, I haven't been going to nearly as many. I think that'll change in 2025. I'll go back to my old ways of going to a bunch of concerts. But, yeah, I haven't been going to too many. But I know that I have the Interrupters in September. I don't know if I have anything coming up now. I may, it'll be on a whim. If I see something and I want to go, then I'll go and check it out. But at the moment, I only have tickets bought for a couple concerts. Jane's Addiction might be a pretty cool one to see in August. Where are they going to? That's the other thing. I'm not even keeping up with it as much. You can't have an exhale if you have no inhale. Of course, there was no inhale. But it's great for people to talk shit about Mike McDaniel inhaling because it's great for, radio, television, or podcaster or whatever it is. Because it's sensationalistic bullshit. Typical. It's what people do. Let's see. Frankie says, hold on. I never talked crap about Inter. I actually agreed with you and made some money. Must be another Frankie. Oh, okay. All right. Somebody was like, I thought it was you, Frankie. Was like, I don't know. Charlotte's really good. And I'm like, come on, bro. Inter is leading the league in points, and they're winning without Messi and Suarez, which is amazing, dude. They have played so well. So damn well, dude. Oscar says, I can't believe how much talent Inter Miami has sitting on the bench. I was pleasantly surprised. They deserve another victory cigar, and Tata deserves another Cutters Pro MVP. Very impressed. You know what? That's a great idea. First of all, let's give Inter Miami. And those of you that took my advice to take the money. By the way, Sean, did you take the money line that night? You did. Look at you, tough guy. Nice job. All right. So those of you like Sean and myself that took the money line and Inter winning, we all get a victory cigar. And, you know, we like to find our Cutter's Edge Pro MVP of the night. And you gave me a great idea. Let's give that man the honor, our Cutter's Edge Pro MVP of the night.
Who's last night's MVP? For your complete landscape solutions anywhere in South Florida, there's only one MVP. CuttersEdgePro.com. Here's our CuttersEdgePro.com MVP of the night.
Oh, our Cutter's Edge Pro MVP of the night, of course, Tata Martino. Listen, for a long time, for about a year, I was like, yo, Tata, show me something, dude. You have shown me nothing without Messi. Nothing. Took about a year, but we're finally watching it now. No Messi, no Suarez, no Rojas, no problem. They are 4-0-1 in their last 5 games without those guys. The last loss for Inter Miami was a 3-1 loss to Atlanta with Messi. 4-0-1. And guess what? They're 3-0 on the road. Wins against Charlotte, Nashville, and Philadelphia on the road in this streak of 4-0-1. They haven't lost a game without Messi. So for about a year now, I've been asking Tata, show me something, dude. And finally, you're showing me something. Young guys are making, Taylor and Kremoski, Gressel had several passes. Ian Frey, Callender had a monster save. It's a beautiful thing watching a bunch of young guys also contributing. You know, Alba has been a star during this stretch. I got to give Jordy a lot of credit. When the big guns left, he kind of took that spot and kind of took that leadership spot of the start, which he should because he's Jordy Alba. But the rest of these young guys, they have grown up so much around these guys that it's kind of stuck to them, the winning ways. Very, very impressed. And so, you know, when you're right, you're right. When you're wrong, you're wrong. And if you're going to criticize somebody, you have to be willing to give them credit when they prove it, you know, differently. And Tata, I got to give him credit, dude. It took him a while, but now I'm watching, you know, because it's winning with Messi is not impressive. And Suarez, it's not impressive. You're talking about two of the greatest players to ever play on the pitch. But now that they're gone, and now your talent gets down to more Major League Soccer level, and you're more at an even level playing field, and you're winning on the road on a consistent basis against teams that are even in the playoff bracket, you got to give Tata Martino a lot of credit. You just went through a championship with the Panthers. You could be going one with Inter Miami. Tata Martino, our Cutter's Edge Pro MVP of the night.
The MVP of the night is brought to you by CuttersEdgePro.com. Servicing HOAs, condominiums, townhomes, commercial properties, corporate parks, and malls throughout South Florida. CuttersEdgePro.com. Providing South Florida MVP performance every day of the year.
Let's do it. Let's talk a little Canes football because Mario Cristobal, it might be 4th of July. You might be hanging out, cooking hot dogs and hamburgers and all kinds of shit and doing nothing and lighting up fireworks and sitting on your ass and watching sports. Mario Cristobal is working. Let's go with Manny Navarro and our Canes Wear Miami Hurricanes report.
Have you viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. If you're a Miami sports fan, there's only one store to go to, and that's Canes Wear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your InterMiamiCF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2655 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or InterMiamiWear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where InterMiami and all Miami sports fans shop. Time for Canes fans to get what they want. Information, insight, and perspective. It's the Canes Wear Miami Hurricanes Report with Manny Navarro, exclusively on the Big O Radio Show. Here's Big O and insider Manny Navarro.
Happy 4th of July, my brother.
Happy 4th to you, my brother. How's everything going?
Very good, very good. So while you and I are hanging out doing nothing, Mario Cristobal continues. So what do we got here? Hilton Stubbs, Darion Coleman. We're waiting for another guy. Like, what the hell? Does this guy ever, like, does he sleep, or does he just walk around with a mattress tied to his back, and whenever he feels like napping, he just throws himself down for a couple minutes and stands right back up again and keeps going? What is it, bro? Does he live on Cuban coffee? What's going on?
This is all part of modern day college football. You don't stop working, and you plan. This is all really good planning by him and his staff to make sure that during the 4th of July weekend we're talking about them, because this is when kids commit. This is the time after all the recruiting visits are taken and all the money is discussed and NIL this and NIL that. This is when kids say, okay, this is when I'm going to commit and lock in with a school. At least the top ones do it. And so Hilton Stubbs is a top 100 kid, number 6 overall safety in the country in this coming cycle. Big pickup for them because, replacing Cam Kitchens isn't easy. They have a really young secondary this year. I like Zaquan Patterson, who's another top 100 kid, but part of the 2024 cycle. This kid gives them another top 100 safety. So it was an important pickup for them. They're going to add probably another top 100 player here at noon. When S.J. Alafatuli, the number 1 center in the country, announces his commitment. It's either going to be Miami, Nebraska, or Michigan. So, look, this is just the way it is. It's like everything is pre-planned. These kids really commit when they come down and they're at camps and they're here on their visit, and they say, okay, I want to announce it on the 4th of July, or I want to, like Darion Coleman, I want to announce it July 3rd because that's my 17th birthday. And so, it's all pre-planned, but a lot of these things are done well in advance. So, and these kids, it's just about getting the payments, right? The NIL payments and what they're going to be making and all that, and getting that finalized so that when they make the commitment, they're ready to go, and they're here in December, January, ready to start playing football for Miami.
Okay, all right. And the guy that could commit, some of these kids are like 2026.
Yeah, well, Darion Coleman is 2026, and that's
Right.
I'm actually writing about that right now. I'm writing about all
86 times from now till 2026.
He could, but here's the thing. There's 22 blue chip quarterbacks in the 2026 class right now, guys that are considered 4-star or better, and 11 of them are already committed. What's happening in college football, and I talked about this on Tuesday with you, is that these coaches are trying to start recruiting, and it's just an arms race. It's the way it is. Everything gets sped up. It's a competition, right? You compete for 2025. Well, guess what? You're also competing for 2026. And what you're trying to do more than anything else, is get these kids to start recruiting for you. And quarterbacks are a big piece of that. Every top wide receiver, every offensive lineman wants to go play with a top quarterback. So if you can get them committed 18 months in advance, and then they can start helping you recruit the 26 guys or the juniors, then that's the way it is, and it's just the way it works, and it's the new way of college football. But for all the fans who are like, man, who cares, he's a 2020, well, guess what, 11 of the 22 top quarterbacks are already committed. They're already going to Georgia and Texas, and so if you don't have a guy, then you're behind, and Mario never wants to be behind.
And if in the end, if Mario has a really good season, then we won't have to worry about decommits and all that kind of stuff. If he has a shitty season and some of the crap that's gone on the first couple of years continues, then that's when that's when you'll start losing guys and they won't help you. So really, in the end, he's got a great chance of locking all of this in as long as he follows it up with winning, because then they see, okay, I'm going to a winning program. They're going to make me better, and they're going to prepare me for the next level, because as you know, every one of these kids thinks they're playing on Sundays.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing is there's so many people around them trying to cash in. There's so many people around them, inflating their head and telling them, "Oh, you're the greatest. You don't need to put up with this." There's one thing that I remember that Randy Shannon told me 20 years ago, with recruiting, and this is when recruiting was just beginning to blow up. He says, "Manny," he goes, "when I get them in the building, I've got to unrecruit them. I've basically got to tell them you haven't done jack shit yet. You're a high school punk who's coming into my program, and now you really got to earn it." So it's a catch-22, because obviously they want these guys, so they got to kind of give them all the attention that they want, and they got to talk NIL and give them money and the whole thing. But at the same time, they got to humble them once they're in the door and say, you haven't done anything yet. You got to earn it.
I'm with you. All right. One more thing. The process for Mario.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much can you explain it in layman's terms to us? Like, it's the summertime. There's nothing going on, yet he's in this process of doing this. So how does he go about scheduling all this kind of stuff and the recruiting process of all of this to meet all these kids?
Well, Dennis Smith is his right-hand man and the guy that runs basically the recruiting department for Miami. So he's got other guys. He's got other people around him. It's hiring the right people who obviously know what it takes to get all this done in an orderly fashion. You have the NIL people, you have the recruiting people, you have the position coaches, you have the assistant position coaches. It's a matter of planning. And so for Mario looks at the board and he identifies the guys that he really wants. He tells Dennis, these are the guys we prioritize. These are the guys we're going to make our best effort to get. These are the guys we're going to wait on to make a decision. And these are the backups. And so it's just a matter of being highly organized. A head coach nowadays, it's not just spinning up a game plan on Saturday. It's not just talking about how you're going to, put pressure on the opposing quarterback or, your blocking schemes for this particular defense. It's how do we organize this whole gigantic mess of player personnel and keeping guys happy?
You got visits, you got 7-on-7 camps, you've got other kind of camps going on, and then you want your specific visits with each guy. So there's so much shit going on that you've got to schedule all this stuff. Jesus Christ.
Listen, why do you think so many guys don't want to coach in college anymore?
Exactly.
It's not coaching. It's a mix of both. You are a player personnel / coach. You coach on Saturdays, but 6 days out of the week, you are a player personnel guy. And that's unfortunately the way it is. And that's why college football coaches have been fighting for a long time now to change the rules. You can't just have 10 assistants. Look at the staffs in the NFL. How many coaches do the Dolphins have?
Like 23 or something.
Do any of them have to do anything with player personnel, or do they just coach?
No, they just coach. They just coach.
Imagine if every single one of those guys had to also go out and sign these guys as free agent and find the next rookie class. So,
because Greer and all those guys aren't coaching; they're scouting or they're taking care of all that. So there's a whole group of men that are doing that. Yeah.
So the next time you criticize a college head coach, realize the difference between his job and the guy who's coaching on Sundays. It's a huge difference. It's a huge difference.
Big time. All right, what do you got going on The Athletic so folks can check it out?
Yeah, I just wrote a big article on some of the 2026 kids from last week at the Bradenton IMG Academy Future 50. Two of the best athletes in the country, including Derek Cooper, who's a guy here from out of South Florida. Looks like Florida State is kind of his early leader, them in Georgia. But a really unique athlete, him and Keyshawn Henderson, a kid who's going to go to Houston to play quarterback. But just tremendous athletes. And then I'm going to have a story on quarterbacks, the 2026 class, the one that I was just telling you about. That'll be coming out sometime early next week.
All right, there you go. Good stuff as always. Follow him on Twitter at Manny_Navarro. And, of course, subscribe to The Athletic. Manny, have a great weekend, my brother. Thank you for taking some time.
Anytime, man. Take care.
You got it. Caneswear, baby. Use our code BIG010. You will get 10% off anything in the store, online or in person. And remember, online, if you order over $99, you will get free shipping. And they've got your Florida Panthers championship gear And they've got your Inter Miami gear. They are Miami Fanwear. Caneswear is at Miami Fanwear. And Miami Fanwear has Inter Miami gear, has Miami Heat gear, Miami Dolphins, Miami Marlins, Florida Panthers, and almost anything and everything with the Canes logo on it. So our next championship caliber type team, and the one that you want to ride that wave, is Inter Miami, baby, right here. Inter Miami. So if you want to get yourself a jersey, shirts, hats, flags, they got all kind car flags. They've got all kinds of stuff, stickers, bracelets, you name it. They've got a lot of stuff for Inter Miami that you can take advantage of. So you can cheer them on all the way to the MLS Cup. Go visit the store, caneswear.com. And, of course, go their Twitter page. You can subscribe, Canes_wear. And, of course, use our code BIGO10. You will get 10% off.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, InterMiamiCF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
All right. Let's see. Ocala Joe, thank you for the love on Cash App or Venmo. He sent it on Cash App. He put for a little concert donation. That's very nice of you. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you. Very, very kind, man. Very kind. Too nice, sir. Too nice. Remember, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show. Let's see what else. Alex says, Orlando, see Def Leppard, Journey, Cheap Trick, July 10th. I've seen all of them a whole bunch of times. I'm probably not going to go to that concert. That one's pretty expensive, but I've seen Leppard a shit ton of times, and this Journey I've seen a bunch of times, and I've seen Cheap Trick a whole ton of times. So I'm good. That's a great concert. If you haven't seen them or you haven't, had a lot of opportunities, definitely. Frankie, thank you, Frankie. Says good call on the Inter. Julian Gresso has been playing really well for Inter ever since Messi left. Hopefully he still plays like this when Messi. Okay, yeah, man, of course. It's a good passer. I don't want Julian Gresso trying to finish plays that much. He had a chance to finish one on Wednesday. Messi looked injured playing for Argentina. Yeah, well, he was injured. Remember, he missed the other game with the hamstring. So he wears himself out. You got to protect him from himself. Tata's substitutions are making sense. I agree, Jay. I agree. No, he's done a really good job. D. Mao says, hey, do you drink? You should do a shot of the night, LOL. I would love to. If a liquor sponsor wants to step up, we'll do it. Shot of the night. That's you guys got a liquor sponsor out there that might be interested in joining the platform? Let's do it. Tata could be moving up on our coaches list. Yes. Well, if he wins a championship, for sure he'll be moving up. But yeah, he is. He's working on moving up. There's no doubt about that. Def Leppard with Journey, Cheap Trick, Camping World, July 10th. Enjoy, guys. Enjoy. That should be a good concert. I saw Axel F last night. It was all right. Very little laughs, but it was okay. Yeah, it was. Like I said, you watch it because you want to complete the whole thing, but you're not going to be impressed. Eddie Beto says, the Doobie Brothers with the Robert Cray Band. I think Financial Amphitheater, West Palm, July 10th. That's a good one. I've seen the Doobie Brothers. I've seen Robert Cray. Robert Cray is phenomenal, bro. So underrated. Sammy Hagar, Mid-Florida Credit Union, July 14th. There you go. Blake Shelton, July 27th, Hard Rock, Florida. You guys are giving me a concert listing. One-Eyed Jack says, good morning, Owen Sean. I'm late coming into the show today. One hell of a dip. Yes, sir. Enjoy that dip. Vamos Gatos in. Gabriel Iglesias will be at Hard Rock next week. He's really good. What's what's a Puffy or what's the nickname he has? Fatty, Puffy, Stuffy. I don't know.
Fluffy.
But he's good. Huh? Fluffy.
Fluffy.
That's Fluffy. That's it.
Damn.
I don't know. What do you want me to do? How many people even know that Gabriel Iglesias is called Fluffy?
Everybody that knows Gabriel Iglesias.
I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I wouldn't say that.
Wow.
I don't know, man. You knew that fun fact, but not everybody knew that he had like that nickname. I was, trying to figure it out, but I knew he had
sizes. He's like small, medium, large, extra large, fluffy. Damn, there's different sizes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I fall in the damn category.
Yeah, you're getting smaller. You are not fluffy. That's for sure. Now, he is funny. He is funny. There's no doubt about that. He's good. Heat, by the way, they are just under that second apron, reading Barry Jackson's article. So they want to avoid punitive damages. They've got $7 million under that apron. Apparently, Caleb Martin wants more money than what Miami is offering. But apparently he can't get the $15 million a year he wants out on the street. DeMar DeRozan is not in the mix anymore, which, whatever, dude. He wants money. No, but I thought if Riley puts the rings out, they take less money and they come here. The best thing that came out of the whole last couple of days was Zach Lowe on an NBA show. And Barry even quoted it, talking about what championship window is closing. And when they mentioned the Heat, his quote is, "I'm not sure the window was open to begin with." Thank you, Zach Lowe. What people don't realize is your trips to the championship were flukish. You didn't belong there. You had no business being there. The only reason you got a chance to be there, it's because you have the best coach on the planet. So the best thing that the Heat does is trade Jimmy Butler. Stop talking about all this other crap that you want to add on let's maintain flexibility just in case we can acquire a bigger piece. How many more times are we going to hear this bullshit? No big piece wants to come here. Nothing of significance wants to come to the Miami Heat unless you're willing to pay. Which, by the way, they will go to the Orlando Magic. They will go to the Charlotte Hornets. They will go to the Detroit Pistons if you pay. That's where Miami is. They're not the destination that people are taking less for. Myth. Pat Riley throws the rings. Myth. Stop with the myth. Stop with the lies. Okay? Stop lying to yourselves. And you know what, Miami Heat? Stop lying to yourselves. You remind me of the fucking Dolphins now. We're one player away. No, you're not, bro. No, you're not. So stop it already. Stop it. You're not one player away. So you need to reset this team. Okay? Hey, by the way, I got to Sean, did you know that sports has infiltrated politics? Did you know about that, Sean? Do you know what I'm talking about now?
No, not really.
No? Okay. I bet Jimmy Butler is a big Joe Biden fan. Joe Biden says now he has to get more sleep. Can't do events after 8 o'clock. He has to pace himself. So Jimmy Butler must love Joe Biden. Yeah, dude. I mean, think about it. Load management. Load management has entered the president's office. Wussy-ass NBA players all over must love Joe Biden. Oh, I'm sorry. There's a war going on. It broke out. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock. We can't wake up the president. Brother, you're a president, and this is why you look older and grayer when you come in the office and leave, because there are long hours. There are long years. If you can't do it, you can't be one. Load management? Does your fucking mom or dad have load management, or do they work extra jobs, or do they work at home when they get home after their jobs? You ever hear your mom about load fucking management? I'm sorry. I must have missed that. I heard that now, and I'm laughing my ass off now. So I know who Jimmy Butler is voting for, because, you know, his lazy ass ways. Well, might as well let me vote for a lazy ass president that has to go to sleep at 8 o'clock because he's too fucking old. My God, can you imagine something happens in the middle of the night and you got to wake up that old fart? It's going to take him like 800 years, like a computer, like to come on board and settle in or something. Load management has gotten to the president's position. You're the president, dude. You're a general. You're a CEO. You're the captain. There's no load management. You're a mom. You're a dad. There's no load management. Work, dude. You're the anchor. That's why you're the president. That's why you're mom and dad. That's why you're the boss. That's why you're the captain. You're the fucking anchor, bro. I've never heard of that in my life. Sorry, that's the most important position in the world. You have to be able to take on a lot. And if you can't take on a lot, then you can't do the job. Pretty simple. Again, I don't give a shit about Republicans, and I don't give a shit about Democrats. And I trash both of them. Okay? So I don't care if you're the orangutan or you're the old fart. Doesn't matter to me. All right? I just call it like I see it. But wow, load management has entered the presidency. That is funny. Oh, man. Maybe they should make Jimmy Butler his vice president. Dump Kamala and add Jimmy Butler. Biden and Butler for 2024. Two guys that know how to take time off. Let's see. If you had a choice to watch a comedian, who would you go see? Your current favorite comedian, Sam Morril, is my favorite comedian. I'm actually coming next month. Oh, he's coming next month to Doral. I like what's his name now? I'm forgetting his name now. Maniscalco. Sebastian Maniscalco. I like him a lot. Out of the newer comedians. If we're going to go like newer comedians, he's one of them. I love, damn it. God, what's his name? Anthony Jeselnik. He has as anti-PC as it gets. That's why I like Anthony Jeselnik, because he just doesn't give an F. And he'll say anything about anyone or anything like that. So Jeselnik will be another guy that I absolutely love out of new comedians. Because Anthony Jeselnik is an old school comedian in a new school world. Heriberto likes Sebastian also. Frankie says, I'll check him out. President is the multi. Of course, bro. Of course. I saw a president who mumbles and stumbles. I know. It's disgraceful, bro. Dude's got to step down. Anthony is raw. Yes, Anthony is awesome, bro. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Anyway, what else do we have going on? That's kind of you know what? Let me get to some music news, entertainment. We always like tackling that stuff here on the show. Let's start off with birthdays. All right, let's start off with musicians born on July 5th. Nick O'Malley, bassist with Arctic Monkeys. Good band, by the way. Arctic Monkeys is kind of an underrated band. I think younger people know them. Old farts like myself really don't know the Arctic Monkeys. Let's see who else. Mark Cohen, walking in Memphis. Born on this date, the singer-songwriter in 1959. Jimmy Crespo, guitarist for Aerosmith from 79 to 84. He was born on this date in 1954. He also worked with Rod Stewart, Billy Squier, Meatloaf, and Stevie Nicks. Let's see. Huey Lewis, American singer-songwriter, was born on this date in 1950. What happened with his hearing? Man, what a shame. What a shame. Cassie Gaines, rest in peace. She was born on this date in 1948. We lost her in that plane crash. For Leonard Skinner, she died with two other members of the band. Her brother, I think, is the other guy. And obviously Van Zandt. Those were the three that passed away, if I'm correct. Robbie Robertson, Canadian musician, songwriter, film composer, producer, actor. Obviously with the band, Bob Dylan, all kinds of stuff. So born on this date in 1943. Those are musicians born on this date. Let's go with birthdays for other famous folk. All around. Shohei Ohtani is 30 years old today. Pauly D is 44 today. Edie Falco is 61. John Marshall Jones, 62. Don Stark, 70. Megan Rapinoe, I think is how it's pronounced, 39. Soccer player, just in case. The other three were actors, if you didn't know that I just mentioned. Who else? Who else we have on this list? That's it, actually. P.T. Barnum, entrepreneur, born in 1810. We lost him in 1891. Sean, do we have any wrestlers born on this date, sir?
Yes, sir, we do. Hillbilly Jim turned 72 today. Nasty Boy Jerry Saggs turned 60. And Bebe Adam Cole turns 35. Those are your wrestling birthdays.
All right. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it as always. Let me see, what else do we have here? All right, let's go with rock history. What happened on music history today on July 5? In 1965, Marty Ballin and Paul Cantor formed a folk group that would go on to become Jefferson Airplane. In 1988, Slayer released their fourth album, South of Heaven.
In 1969, on this date, the Rolling Stones turned their free Hyde Park concert into a memorial service for the late co-founding member Brian Jones, who died in his swimming pool on July 3rd. In 1994, Hootie and the Blowfish released their debut album, Cracked Rear View, that is, which went on to become the best-selling album in the history of Atlantic Records. In 1978, EMI stopped production of the Rolling Stones' Some Girls album after some of the celebrities depicted on the cover art complained about the use of their images. In 1995, the Justice Department announced that due to the lack of evidence, it would not be investigating antitrust charges against Ticketmaster, much to the disappointment of Pearl Jam, whose complaints against the company's high service fees brought on the investigation. And now they are suing. So we'll see what happens with that. And that's what happened today in music history, folks. There you go. All right. Daniel Tosh. That's another one. A Dolphin fan too, Pat. Daniel Tosh is a lighter version of Jeselnik and will say anything, and he's a Dolphins fan. Yep, exactly. Yes. No doubt. Big O, did you see Tyreek on the Dive Bar podcast? He was saying he wants to win a Super Bowl with Miami and that he has always been a Miami Dolphin fan. Yeah, and then he also told you that he took Miami over the Jets because they offered more money. Big O, you should check out Jim Jeffries. The guy made me and my wife cry from laughter when we saw him recently in Vegas. I have seen Jim Jeffries. He is very funny. That's a very good one. Mr. President needs to go chill and smoke a fat cigar. That guy can't smoke a cigar. That guy will die if he smokes a cigar. Rachel Feinstein is not new. She's been around for a long time. She's pretty good. Rachel was funnier in her younger days. I don't find her as funny now. I don't think her material is as good as it was in her earlier days. She's been around for 20-something years. She's been around a bit. Big O, I saw a picture of Biden next to the banjo playing kid from Deliverance. The resemblance was uncanny. LOL. Just load management now comes to the presidency. Like, what are you talking about, bro? I get you don't want to do events later on, but what's this shit? Oh, I got to be in bed by 8. No, dude, you're the president. You got to be on call at any time. Shit's going to happen at any time. And you got a guy that can't do it, bro. Just can't do it. He probably could do it mentally, but it's more about, physically being able to do it and do it quickly and being able to respond. It just doesn't look like he's a guy, It's different being a queen or a king in England that you can, do it till you're 100 and they allow you to do it. Here it's different, bro. You're going to have to look like you're alive. The requirements are different here. So they need to change it. Need to move on. Anyway, Bill Clinton needed load management. Are you saying because he was having sex all over the building? So he needed some rest? So, I don't know. The Jimmy Butler president. That's funny. Don't forget to smash the hell out of the like button, folks. All right. We are out of here. We appreciate all of you, as always, for tuning in, especially on a day like today where I know a lot of you are vacationing and off with your families and all that kind of stuff. So thank you all out there. I appreciate it. Thank Sean Stanley. We thank, of course, David Furones and Manny Navarro. We will see you all Monday morning. Same time. Same place. Same bat channel.
is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.